So how do you approach a situation that you're not qualified to handle? I think it's going to be really helpful if we go to the Bible and we look at Matthew chapter 10, verses 1 through 10. And we're gonna get into this passage right after Jesus had called his 12 followers, these misfits. He called them to follow him, and he gave them a front row seat to listen to his teaching. And then he gave them special insight by allowing them to ask questions after each talk. Then he allowed them to watch him perform miracles up close, and he helped them to see that they weren't just spiritual magic tricks, but acts that announced the kingdom of God and pointed to the character of the king of that kingdom. And now, Jesus is not just calling his disciples to follow and watch. Now Jesus is going to call his disciples to go out and do. Their time has come for these disciples to no longer just watch, but to go out and give it a shot for themselves. So let's check out Matthew chapter 10, verses 1 through 10. All right, here we go. Matthew chapter 10, verses 1 through 10. Jesus called his 12 disciples together and gave them authority to cast out evil spirits and to heal every kind of disease and illness. Here are the names of the 12 apostles. Okay, stop right there. I know we're only 2 verses in, but there's a couple really important things happening here. This is the first time that Jesus' disciples are called apostles. So you see in verse 1, Jesus called his 12 disciples, that's the Greek mathetes, the one who learns. And then by verse 2, he's calling those same 12 guys apostles. That's Greek apostolos, and that is the ones who have been sent out. So they're going from following to going, from learners to doers. Because it's not enough for the disciple just to know what the rabbi knows, but it's the aim of the disciple to do what his rabbis do. Okay, now another really important word here, and this is kind of the key to understanding everything today. The key word for understanding how it might even be possible, how they could even have a shot at doing what Jesus did, is the word in the second half of verse 1, authority. In Greek, it's translated exousia, so it's the Greek exousia, and it's translated authority here. Sometimes it's translated power. What it means, it's the power, strength, competency, and jurisdiction to act on behalf of someone else. So here it's translated authority, as it is 29 more times in the New Testament, but 69 times it's actually translated power. So Jesus gives his authority to his disciples. He gives his power to his disciples. He makes them competent. He gives them the strength and the jurisdiction to act on his behalf. The only way they were going to have a chance at doing what Jesus was doing is if Jesus gave him their authority. Okay, now let's go on. So back up, Jesus called his 12 disciples together and gave them authority to cast out evil spirits, to heal every kind of disease and illness. And here are the names of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, also called Peter, then Andrew, Peter's brother, James, son of Zebedee, John, James's brother, Philip, Bartholomew, Thomas, Matthew, the tax collector, James, son of Alphaeus, Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, Judas Iscariot. Man, do I have a Bible degree? I don't know. But Judas, who later betrayed him. I feel like at the end, all these parentheses are kind of like Matthew's talking behind their back, right? Simon the Zealot, Judas, who betrayed him later. But at least Matthew throws himself under the bus. Matthew, the tax collector. So this is really a band of misfits. You have a tax collector here who is collecting tax from the Jewish people to prosper their oppressors, Rome. And he's also overcharging them to make himself rich. Talk about greed. Judas betrayed Jesus, sent him to his death for money. And then Simon, the Zealot is Canaan is the Aramaic term for this, and it means a Jewish nationalist. And these were the people most threatened by Jesus' message, because Jesus' message was about peace, and it was about loving your enemy and handing power away. Now, this undermined the Zealots' whole strategy here to revolt against Rome. And they were so desperately hoping that the Messiah would come and lead that revolution, would lead that revolt, giving this religious group, the Jewish people, this religious group, political power. That's what they hoped for. And Jesus didn't go that way. You know any modern day zealots? Anyway, we've got this band of misfits here, 12 of them, and Jesus is about to get crazy with some instructions. Verse 5, Jesus sent out the 12 apostles with these instructions. Don't go to the Gentiles, the Samaritans, but go to the people of Israel, God's lost sheep. Now check this out. Go and announce to them the kingdom of heaven is near, and heal the sick, raise the dead, cure those with leprosy, and cast out demons. Give as freely as you have received. What? All of those things are impossible. And yet the disciples / now apostles, they had witnessed Jesus preaching this message, and now they were going to go proclaim it. And they'd also seen Jesus perform these miracles. And now it was up to them to do it. Just as they've been blessed by this, now they need to go bless others. Okay, if that doesn't seem impossible enough, watch how Jesus ups the ante. Don't take any money in your money belts. No gold, silver, or even copper coins. Don't even carry a traveler's bag with a change of clothes and sandals, or even a walking stick. Don't hesitate to accept hospitality, because those who work deserve to be fed. So Jesus is trying to make a couple points. He's trying to remind them that the service of the kingdom of God is not going to bring you status or riches, but the service of the kingdom of God is meant to bring restoration, healing, life, acceptance. But why does Jesus strip all this away from them? Don't take a walking stick, don't take a bag, don't take any money. He's trying to make a really important point here. He's trying to say, you don't need these things. If you want to do the work of Jesus, all you need is the authority of Jesus.